Hey everyone, and welcome to this daily vlog. I just thought I'd film a little video of like what I get up to doing an economics degree in case anyone wants to know what it's like. So I've just gotten ready for the day. I got ready during the last lecture just because it's more of a discussion lecture rather than like a seminar where you write everything. So I'm able to just sort of like listen. And that one was on public finance, which is all about taxation, kind of like the optimal level of tax, what happens if you increase this type of tax, decrease it, talking about like VAT, income tax, corporation tax, like all of that sort of thing. I personally really like this module just because I'm interested in things that are like directly to do with government policies, just because it also helps with like personal life in terms of like what party you support, voting, things like that. It's really interesting to learn about like the actual implications of the policies, because I feel like a lot of people, you know, like vote for a party without actually knowing. And also it's just like interesting anyway. It's just an interesting side of economics to me. So the lecture that I've got now is economic thought and policy, and in this module we learn about famous economists and people that came up with like the main theories. For example, like Adam Smith, David Ricardo, John Maynard Keynes, people like that. And yeah, I really like this one because I feel like you kind of need to know about the history of like any subject you're studying. So this is like knowing like all the background and where everything came from and like why the theories were developed. I'll talk more about my other modules throughout the day. I just don't want to bore you with it all now. So yeah, I'll just talk about it as I'm going along.
Contribution in a series of publications. So the price and develops its view in the early and status Indeed, some modern.
I've just had a delivery and it is some stuff for the giveaway that I'm doing, which is so exciting. I think it's my first ever giveaway. I can't wait. I don't know whether to do it on Instagram or YouTube. Like, I think it's easier on Instagram, but then my Instagram page is not really the same as my YouTube. Do you know what I mean? Like, my YouTube is kind of like student vibes, and then my Instagram is just like pictures of me. Let me know what you think, where I should do the giveaway.
It doesn't exist there. Okay, this level, it doesn't work. Okay, when we are talking about a margin,
I'm just making lunch and I made this like chickpea mayo mix, and these are the ingredients plus some salt and pepper, and it's so yummy. I'm just having this and a baked potato because I don't really have much food at the moment. I really need to do a food shop. I've just received the most gorgeous parcel, and it is from the Sacred Self-Care Company, which is actually one of my best friend Karis's business, and I'm literally shook at how stunning all of this is. And like, oh, just look at this. Please go check this out. So right now I'm just going to finish off a placement application. So a lot of you guys have been asking me about whether I'm doing a placement next year, because pretty much everyone at Bath Uni does a placement year. For ages I didn't want to do a placement because I was like, do you know what? Economics is just not for me. It's just not. Like, I love studying it, but when it comes to like the jobs, like finance, consulting, I don't want to do that. That's just not me. I'm so much more like creative than that. That's just not what I envision for my life, and it's not what I'm gonna do. I said this to my personal tutor, and they said that you can do anything you want for a placement. You don't have to do an economics placement. The whole point of a placement is just to get some experience and kind of find out what you like. So I was like, oh, that's amazing. So I'm basically applying to placements now that are things that I do really enjoy and I'm excited to get into. I won't tell you where this one that I'm applying to is. I'll tell you when I get the job, because it's like a huge company, like, and it's really cool. This is the first proper one I'm applying to, because at first I actually wanted to work for like kind of a small sustainable company. So I emailed a few places that weren't offering a placement, and I just said like, can you do one for me? But they basically just said like they don't really have the capacity, or a lot of these small businesses don't have enough money to to hire a full-time person. Oh, and the job I want is a content creator. So basically what I do for YouTube, but for a different company. And yeah, things to do with running their social medias, video editing, yeah. Getting a bit tired, getting a bit cold. If anyone's wondering how I do my job applications, I mean, I haven't done many, but if I were to do one, this is what I do every time. Even just for like a waitressing job, I would do this. So I mean, I'm sure this is like quite common, but you know, if you need any tips. So I go on the job description and I pick out every single keyword that's to do with like skills you may need or what type of person they want, and then I make sure to include every single thing they want in my CV or cover letter, plus why I have that skill or like what made me have that skill. For example, if they want time management skills, I'll put something like so this is under my section on my CV about my job at M&S, and I'll put, I worked in a high pressure environment, especially around Christmas time, which developed my time management skills. If they want someone that's flexible and driven, I put something like, I took on extra hours most weeks as I am flexible with my work and driven to help out. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like a little supporting thing, or like something you did that like shows that you are that quality, not just like I am flexible and driven, you know. So yeah, that's what I do. And yeah, it can take a while because I adapt my CV and obviously cover letter for every single job. So I don't just have one CV, I have like a CV for every single job. Well, I say every single, I really haven't applied to that many jobs, but yeah, I adapt my CV for every job I apply for. And also another thing, this is kind of bold, this is a little bit out there, but I do it anyway because I like to think I'm a bold person and I think it works. All of my skills I have highlighted in a different colour. So like when they look at my CV, they can easily see every single skill I have, and I've put it in like a royal blue writing. I've done that for a while now, and I remember like around September time when I was looking for a job in Bath, I went to an interview at this restaurant, and the person interviewing me said, I love your CV, I love the way you present yourself, I love how I can easily see your skills and like all the information. And I was like, yep. And then also I put in bold some things that may be like useful to know, or like things I want to like really let them know. So I've got University of Bath in bold because obviously like good reputation and everything, and I've got the school that I went to because it was a grammar school, so I was like, I might as well highlight it just to show that I'm like kind of like academic, or like I am clever. Also, I always adjust the layout of the CV depending on the job. So say if I'm applying for a more creative job, then I will put my creative experience at the top. So I always order my experience and skills depending on how relevant they are. And then how I do my cover letter is I do maximum 400 words, 3 paragraphs. First paragraph, why I want this job specifically, so like the job title. Second paragraph, why I want this job at the specific company that I'm applying for. Like, you really have to boost their ego. In this section, I always include the company values. So you want to search on the internet the company name and like core values or something, and it will come up with their mission statement. Usually it is something that I believe in as well. For example, like inspire people. Like I could say that I do that in my YouTube videos and things. Obviously like tailor it to yourself, but usually it's something that you probably will do in your own life. Another thing I do for that second section is I always mention either their commitment to like environmental stuff or diversity and inclusion. So for this one I've said like the environment stuff, and I've said like that's important to me, so it's important that like the company cares about that as well, and that's why I want to work for them. And the last paragraph is why they should hire me. So a lot of this is in the CV and you don't want to repeat yourself, so I just highlight the most important things and then add something onto it that's not in my CV. For example, with this one, because it's not an economics focused placement, I put in the cover letter about how I'm studying such an academic subject which could offer a fresh perspective in the role. I'm not saying I'm an expert, but I think my tips are quite good. You're so golden.
Golden, golden, golden as I open my eyes.
I am done with the application, so I've just sent it to a few people to like review. before I send it off. And yeah, now it's time to get dinner. Just made myself a little carbonara for dinner, and I've got some tomatoes to use up, which is why they're there. But yeah, this is literally all the food I have. So I've just done some work for my public finance module. It's just like the seminar questions. When it comes to the questions, it's all maths. So yeah, I told you guys about this one and thought and policy, and then I have micro and macro, which are like self-explanatory. Like if you're doing economics, you know what that means. Both of those are like pretty much all maths questions as well, those modules. So don't take economics if you don't like maths. And the other module I have is econometrics, and this is my least favorite just because it's all to do with like statistics, and yeah, I just really don't like it. I'm not very good at statistics, like I don't understand it all. So yeah, they're the 5 modules I have at the moment. 3 of those modules are compulsory, and then 2 of them I picked out of like a bunch of options. So you do get quite a lot of choice, which I really like. And you get the same in first year, you get to choose some stuff in first year and final year, so pretty good. So before I go to bed, I read The Economist. So I signed up for like this subscription, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm struggling to get through it just because there's so many pages, and I get one every week. So to get through it all, I literally would have to read like 10 pages a day, like of this much writing. So I'm gonna try to, but yeah, I am enjoying it though. Like it's nice to, you know, like catch up on the real world, because all my studies are like theory and maths. So yeah, this is like bringing it into reality, and yeah, I'm just gonna go to sleep now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.